Hey, welcome. Thank you for watching these videos. So as you could see in the last weeks, we have been getting a bit off track here, trading the Emini S&P 500, and it will continue, unfortunately. But hopefully we can recover from these drawdowns here. The strategy is still very, very similar to what was that before. However, I made some adjustments in the past and I have to overcome this difficulty because it seems to create some negative trades here in the meantime. So also these following weeks, the 2 weeks which we upload here, will be very similar. We will not be taking very significant losses, yet we are not able to make full profits on these weeks. I don't know exactly why that happens and what's the main reason for this kind of confusion, but I have a few indicators, a few indications where this might be coming from. And it doesn't matter, I think, because at the end of the day, this is what we are here for, right? We practice and then we can make it perfect at one point in time. I think we are very close because at the end of the day, it comes down only to very marginal profits, but continuous, of course. You will never trade like a robot or like a machine. However, you should be getting close to that at some point. And that being said, if you are only able to make 1 or 2 positive trades a week in surplus, or even only 1 positive trade in surplus, you should be easily able to achieve around 5 to 10% per month. And taking this in an accumulative way over time, this should end up with you being able to double up your account in 1 year, which I think is absolutely brilliant and over average kind of returns. But so far we have been struggling here a little bit, especially in the past weeks. Before was okay, everything went well, and then some adjustments were made from my side, and I'm still not 100% sure why we cannot take profits continuously. But I have 2 assumptions, but we should not talk about it so much. I will get back to it later again. Let me just tell you here, this breakout, for example, which we talked about previously, 90.25, happened again at this point. Our profit target, however, was 95 at this stage. Now we push back into range and we should be looking at positive trades, honestly. We could not see that, but on this Monday we should have been looking at long trades when we were breaking back into range. That is part of our strategy and our rule. If we see more volume pushing back into range, we should actually reverse our position instead of trading towards the breakout position. So these are things which also come into play here. I'm not taking all of the trades, that's what I'm saying. Being a robot and executing 100% seems to be rather challenging, but one day it will be there and we will get there. And as I said, if we are able to only generate a very small surplus, which we can 100% for sure with this strategy, then we can take huge profits over time. But let's get back to this strategy here. So let's see if there are any more trades. See also, for example, in this scenario, I'm not in a trade, but I'm only trading 3 positions. So I normally should be trading 5 positions. This is also something which comes into play. And also here in this case, 1 position. I mean, that makes no sense, right? I want it to be filled probably on a few more contracts. I will show you that in a second here. Should be visible. Let me see. Before that actually happened, execution. Well, okay, only 1. But for example, why we do trade 1 contract, I am not 100% sure why I'm doing this. Normally we should be trading 5, and I might not have had enough time or set this one properly in advance. So this also is it's a very negative thing, because we can only take profits on 1 contract here, and normally we should be trading 5. If we run negative, we trade 5 contracts. If we run positive and have a positive trade, 1 contract. So it doesn't add up at the very end. Let's skip through this, it's a good thing, so we don't have to make it too long, these sessions. Let me see. Okay, so this is the 1st of December. As you can see here again, 3 positions. I should be taking 5 again here. This could be the reason, one of the main reasons why we don't take so many profits. But you could see also trading mistakes. But this is one of the main reasons. We take 9 contracts, 5 contracts negative, and then we have 3 contracts positive. You know, it doesn't make sense. So for example, here in this case, we would have a perfect full position, full trade, profit target, only 95 actually. And we could not really take profits here because I had only 3 contracts and this is not enough money to be made. Our second profit target should be 92 because of our breakout strategy. But we don't see the breakout, so there's nothing to be expected. Normally we should be exiting the market at 95s and then wait for a second breakout. Same thing. And the most unfortunate thing happens now. We are taking out of this even break even. So this is not unlucky. This is just bad trading, I would say. But it's okay, you know. As I mentioned before, this is still a demo account. We try our best to make it. And I try to explain in all the videos what I'm doing, a bit of this breakout strategy. And that you should be searching your entry points every 10 to 15 minutes intraday. And then wait for a breakout. If it happens and you're in a positive position, that's very good. And that's how you can make money. Otherwise, it's a 50-50 chance, I would say. If the market is very efficient, it is 50-50. You will not be able to take profits more than 50% of the time. But if you hit areas of volume, as I said before, you are actually able to get a bit of a higher chance of a continuation, a breakthrough through this area of volume, and then you'll be able to take more profits. This is the small margin I was talking about. If you really look for a trading strategy which can generate profits over time, this should be something you should think about. But let's see if there's any breakout happening here on this day, just for fun. See, this is actually a good entry point, 95.50. Even though we don't push through completely, we are in a very safe position to take profits. By now we should have already hit our daily profit target easily, you know. The first trade was a good 4 points, and now this trade is another 2-3 points. Normally we trade for $1,250 profit on one day, and that should be easily achieved by these 2 trades. But again, you will see now that the market will be reversing to our break-even level. That's what I assume. So we are taking out of this almost break-even. I'm exiting some positions here now. But instead of making it a $1,200 day, we are at $100. So absolutely inefficient trading. And these days make up for the whole week. $1,250 on our account size, which is 30,000 initially. And we trade 5 contracts, as I said, with a margin requirement of roughly $3,000 per contract if we want to double up to 10. Otherwise it's 6,000, which is a very safe and solid margin. So if we are able to take $1,250 profit on one trade, or one day only per week, for example, we would already make 4% profit, because 1,200 is 4% of 30,000. So imagine you can make 4% in one day or 1 week, let's say, if you stop trading for this week, and then you do it the second week again and you're already at 8%. If you can make 8% per month or 10%, you can even make much more than this, of course. But the market is quite efficient, so don't expect to make 100% or 50% per month. It's possible. However, you have to be a bit lucky with this. But if you make 8%, let's say, which are only 2 good trading days, that should be more than sufficient. So let's fast forward. If there's any more trades to be done here. Let me see this trade. Well, we push back into range immediately after our breakout, so we should be looking at reversing this position here. So this entry point of 91.25 is not very good. It's okay. I mean, the market seems to be fumbling around this area, 91.50. So it's very hard to determine. So apart from the other trades, this is one trade which would have not worked properly, but still a nice breakout. And we see more volume pushing out of the range. It's a bit of a up and down day here. Not easy to trade. Yeah, very sideways market. These are non-trending markets here, as you can see. It is very hard to trade. Still, we should be looking for a breakout out of the opening range. So from 9:30 to 10:30. Profit target in this case should be around 99, but I don't think we will push to this level. The market will be pushing back down again to break even. But it was a good attempt for this breakout. All right. I don't think I have the monetary value of this week here, the trade performance. But for my calculation, it's roughly plus minus 0 or minus 100 US dollar for this week. Yeah, that's it. So this is how it goes. We had a bit of unfortunate luck on one day, doing a few of those trading mistakes. Instead of taking this $1,000 day, we made it a $0 day on this, it was Wednesday, I believe. So this can decide everything. If you execute properly, this should not happen. And instead of having a 0 week, you should have a $1,000 week, a good solid profit. All right, but thanks for watching. Keep going, and you will see by yourself